Welcome to our channel. We are so glad you found your way here. Let us help you fall asleep. Let's begin with the Pontifex Maximus, the weight of judgment in Roman sacred law. Take a slow, deep breath in and release it. Let the noise of today fall away as we step back, not just hours or years, but centuries, into the vast theater of crime and punishment in ancient Rome. If you genuinely like our videos, please hit like and subscribe. This role encompassed both religious and civil authority, positioning the Pontifex Maximus as a pivotal figure within the Roman framework. Entrusted with the oversight of religious rites, it ensured the proper conduct of ceremonies that were deemed essential for maintaining the favor of the gods. This responsibility extended into the public sphere, where decisions influenced the lives of citizens and the direction of the state. The emergence of this title traces back to the earliest days of Rome, evolving from a religious office into a symbol of power. Over time, it became associated with the highest echelons of political influence, often held by individuals who were not only skilled in religious matters, but also adept in governance. The intertwining of these roles illustrates the deeply ingrained connection between faith and politics that characterized ancient Roman society. It was within this milieu that the Pontifex Maximus wielded significant influence over the legal system. Sacred law, which governed various aspects of life, required the Pontifex Maximus to interpret and enforce religious statutes. Such interpretations often had profound implications, shaping societal norms and expectations. Consequently, this office served as a bridge between divine expectation and human action, reinforcing the belief that adherence to sacred law was essential for the prosperity of the state. The legacy of this role continues to resonate, echoing through history and shaping the evolution of religious and legal practices. Historical origins trace back to the early days of the Roman Republic, where the title Pontifex Maximus emerged as a pivotal role within the religious hierarchy. This position, initially held by the chief priest of the College of Pontiffs, was vital for overseeing rituals and maintaining the sacred boundaries that defined Roman religious life. It established a direct connection between the divine and the state, emphasizing the intertwining of governance and spirituality. With the growth of Rome, the responsibilities of this title expanded significantly. It became essential in interpreting omens, facilitating sacred rites, and ensuring the favor of the gods. Each Pontifex Maximus wielded considerable influence, not only in religious matters, but also in the political arena, where their decisions impacted the populace's beliefs and actions. The intertwining of legal standards with religious dictates established a framework that would endure for centuries. Transitioning into the imperial era, the title gained even greater prominence, as emperors often assumed the position to solidify their authority and legitimacy. This move blurred the lines between temporal and spiritual power, reinforcing the perception of divine sanction in governance. The evolution of the Pontifex Maximus reflects the broader cultural shifts within Roman society, illuminating the complexities of faith, law, and authority that shaped its civilization. The evolution of Roman religion and its institutions was a gradual process marked by the interplay of indigenous beliefs and the influences of neighboring cultures. Initially, the religious landscape was polytheistic, with a pantheon of gods and goddesses representing various aspects of life and nature. Rituals and sacrifices were intricately tied to agricultural cycles and military endeavors, reflecting the priorities and values of the community. As territorial expansion occurred, The incorporation of foreign deities and practices led to the syncretism that became a hallmark of Roman spirituality. This blending of traditions allowed for the emergence of new religious institutions, the establishment of the priestly colleges, including the Vestal Virgins and the Augurs, formalized religious duties, and created a structure for maintaining public piety. These roles were essential for ensuring the favor of the gods, which was believed to directly impact the welfare of the state. The growing influence of philosophical thought, particularly Stoicism, introduced new interpretations of divinity and morality. This shift prompted a re-evaluation of traditional practices, leading to a more introspective approach to worship. The shift from state-sanctioned polytheism toward a more individualized understanding of faith paved the way for emerging sects. The role of the Pontifex Maximus was pivotal in shaping religious and social dynamics within Roman society. This position served as the apex of the College of Priests, overseeing the rituals and regulations that governed public worship. It ensured that traditional practices were upheld while navigating the complexities of a diversifying belief system. The authority of this figure extended beyond mere ceremonial duties. It reflected the intricate relationship between religion and the state. Responsibilities included maintaining the Pax Deorum, the peace of the gods, which was believed essential for the prosperity of the state. It involved overseeing sacred rites and ensuring that offerings were made correctly, thus facilitating communication between humans and the divine. In times of crisis, the Pontifex Maximus was often called upon to enact measures aimed at appeasing discontented deities, highlighting the intertwining of governance and spirituality. This figure also played a critical role in adjudicating matters of religious law, influencing societal norms and ethics. When new sects emerged, the Pontifex Maximus could determine their legitimacy, often acting as a gatekeeper of tradition. The evolving landscape of belief systems challenged the status quo, requiring deft navigation of the emerging complexities. The legacy of this role endures, illustrating the profound impact of religious leadership on societal evolution. The intricate connection between the Pontifex Maximus and the Roman state reveals a unique intertwining of sacred authority and governance. This title, held by the highest priest in ancient Rome, symbolized the fusion of religious devotion and political power. It served as a reminder that the well-being of the state was perceived as closely linked to the favor of the divine. Rituals conducted by the Pontifex Maximus were not merely ceremonial. They enacted the sacred law that governed the state's moral compass. The annals of history depict the priest performing auspicious rites to ensure prosperity and avert calamity, as the populace looked to these ceremonies as vital for maintaining harmony. The role demanded both spiritual insight and political acumen, requiring the Pontifex Maximus to navigate delicate relationships with senators and military leaders. In times of crisis, this position often emerged as a focal point for unity, utilizing religious doctrine to bolster civic pride and resilience. The pontiff's decisions could catalyze societal cohesion or discord, depending on the political climate. These interactions formed a complex web where divine mandate and civic duty coalesced, showcasing the weighty responsibility resting on the shoulders of this singular figure. The intertwining of state and faith persisted even as the Roman Empire transitioned, an enduring testament to the potency of religious influence over civil affairs. The framework of Roman sacred law, known as ius sacrum, encompassed a set of principles governing the relationship between the divine and the state. This legal structure provided guidelines for rituals, ceremonies, and the conduct of priestly duties, ensuring that religious practices aligned with societal expectations. It established the sanctity of oaths and the inviolable nature of religious obligations, reinforcing the belief that divine favor was essential for civic stability. In this context, rituals held immense significance. They were meticulously crafted to appease the gods and secure their protection over the state. Priests, chosen from esteemed families, were tasked with performing these rites. Their authority derived from both lineage and divine sanction. The efficacy of these rituals was believed to directly impact the prosperity of Rome, intertwining individual piety with the collective well-being of society. Legal texts and religious decrees coexisted, creating a unified system that governed not only personal conduct but also public affairs. The principles of ius sacrum served as a foundation for moral and ethical behavior, intertwining civic responsibility with spiritual devotion. The role of the Pontifex Maximus became increasingly pivotal in interpreting these laws, positioning this figure as a mediator between the divine and the people. In essence, ius sacrum reflected the intricate balance between faith and governance, shaping the identity of Roman civilization. The concept of sacredness permeated Roman culture, influencing various aspects of daily life and societal structure. Rituals, ceremonies, and festivals filled the calendar, each imbued with profound significance. Temples dotted the landscape, serving not only as places of worship, but also as symbols of civic pride and communal identity. Each structure, dedicated to specific deities, reinforced the connection between the spiritual and the mundane, illustrating the belief that divine favor was essential for prosperity. Sacredness extended into the realm of law, where rituals accompanied legal proceedings, imbuing them with a sense of legitimacy and divine endorsement. The auspices, or signs interpreted from the behavior of birds, were critical in determining the acceptability of actions taken by leaders, ensuring that decisions were aligned with the will of the gods. This reliance on divine approval established a framework where the boundaries of sacredness and authority intertwined seamlessly. In the domestic sphere, household veneration of ancestors and household gods reinforced the sanctity of family ties and cultural continuity. Every meal began with prayers, bridging the gap between the earthly and the divine, ensuring that the household remained under divine protection. Through these practices, sacredness became an omnipresent force, guiding the moral compass of society and affirming the belief that the divine was ever watchful over human affairs. And the Pontifex Maximus held a pivotal role in maintaining the delicate balance between the divine and the earthly. This position encompassed a range of duties that extended beyond mere ceremonial obligations. Rituals, meticulously crafted and executed, were central to the responsibilities of the Pontifex Maximus. They ensured that the proper rites were observed, safeguarding the favor of the gods and the stability of the state. In this capacity, it presided over significant religious ceremonies, including the Ludi Romani, which celebrated the harvest and honored deities. These occasions not only reinforced the bonds of community, but also reaffirmed the authority of the Pontifex Maximus as the intermediary between mortals and the divine. Careful attention to detail was crucial, as even the slightest deviation from tradition could provoke divine disfavor. Oversight extended to the interpretation and enforcement of sacred laws, which governed nearly every aspect of Roman life. This included the regulation of rituals, sacrifices, and festivals, ensuring that they aligned with established norms. The Pontifex Maximus also served as a custodian of sacred knowledge, preserving ancient texts and oracles that guided societal conduct. And in times of crisis, the weight of judgment fell heavily upon this figure, tasked with invoking divine intervention through prayer and sacrifice. thus reinforcing the belief that human actions were eternally scrutinized by higher powers. The Roman calendar, intricately woven with religious observances, relied heavily on the guidance of the Pontifex Maximus. This figure meticulously orchestrated the sacred calendar, determining the timing of festivals and rituals that intertwined with agricultural cycles and civic life. Each month bore significance, with specific days designated for offerings and ceremonies designed to appease the gods. It was during the feriae, or festival days, that the authority of the Pontifex Maximus became most apparent. These occasions often featured sacrifices and communal gatherings, reinforcing social cohesion and shared beliefs. The selection of auspicious days for these events involved careful observation of celestial phenomena, ensuring that rituals aligned with divine favor. Sacred rites conducted under the Pontifex Maximus not only honored the deities, but also served as a reminder of the delicate balance between divine will and human affairs. The rituals varied in complexity, from simple offerings at local shrines to grand ceremonies held in the heart of Rome, emphasizing the role of the Pontifex Maximus as a pivotal mediator between the mortal realm and the divine. Through the careful management of the calendar, this figure maintained order within the religious landscape, ensuring that the rhythms of society echoed the imperatives of the divine, and thus preserving the moral fabric of Roman life. The fetial priests played a crucial role under the guidance of the Pontifex Maximus, acting as the guardians of sacred law and public morality. Their primary responsibilities included overseeing the declaration of war and the negotiation of treaties, embodying the intricate relationship between religion and statecraft. By invoking divine approval or disapproval, they ensured that military actions aligned with the will of the gods, thus reinforcing the belief that the moral order was intertwined with political decisions. In the performance of their duties, these priests engaged in elaborate rituals that involved the symbolic sharing of oaths. They would often sacrifice a pig, representing the community's collective commitment to the divine, before embarking on negotiations or military campaigns. This act solidified the understanding that any breach of these solemn agreements would incur not just earthly consequences, but also divine retribution. The societal implications were profound. The meticulous nature of their duties fostered a sense of accountability among leaders, as well as the populace, regarding the moral implications of their actions. Through their work, the fetial priests contributed to a broader understanding of justice and order, ensuring that the values of piety and respect for the divine permeated every aspect of Roman life. Their influence extended beyond the ceremonial, shaping the very foundations of Roman identity and governance. The Pontifex Maximus held a pivotal role in shaping the moral landscape of Roman society. As the supreme priest, it was this figure who interpreted divine will and articulated the expectations of virtue and piety. They ensured that sacred law was intertwined with the collective consciousness of the people, embedding ethical considerations into everyday life. Rituals and ceremonies presided over by this office not only reinforced religious observance, but also served as a guide for moral behavior. In this context, the concept of pietas became crucial. It embodied the duty towards the gods, the state, and family. The Pontifex Maximus, through public pronouncements and decrees, defined and upheld these societal norms. Their judgments could elevate individual actions to the level of civic duty or condemn them as sinful, influencing public perception and behavior. The weight of their authority meant that moral transgressions were not merely personal failings, but public offenses, demanding restitution and atonement. Legislation often reflected these moral standards, as laws were enacted to uphold the values promoted by the office. The alignment of state and religion forged a cohesive society where morality was not just an abstract ideal, but a tangible element of governance. This intricate connection between divine law and civic responsibility established a framework within which Roman citizens navigated their lives, shaping their identity in profound ways. The Pontifex Maximus served as a crucial intermediary between the divine and the political realm, wielding significant influence over the governance of Rome. This role involved not only the administration of religious practices, but also the interpretation of sacred law, which informed the decisions of political leaders. It provided a moral compass through which the actions of those in power were evaluated, effectively intertwining religious doctrine with statecraft. Political leaders often sought the counsel of the Pontifex Maximus, using the authority of sacred law to legitimize their actions in moments of crisis, such as military campaigns or social unrest. The pronouncements of this religious figure could sway public opinion and unify the populace under a shared sense of divine favor. Rituals and ceremonies led by the Pontifex Maximus were essential in fostering the connection between the gods and the state, reinforcing the notion that the prosperity of Rome depended on adherence to divine will. The relationship between this religious authority and political power was not without tension. Disagreements over interpretations of sacred law could lead to conflicts, challenging the stability of both institutions. Despite these complexities, the Pontifex Maximus remained a central figure, symbolizing the unity of spiritual and civic life, guiding Rome through a landscape of both divine expectation and human ambition. The influence of individual Pontifices Maximi on Roman history offers profound insights into the intricate balance of power and spirituality. Gaius Julius Caesar, serving as Pontifex Maximus in the 1st century BCE, exemplified the intertwining of religious authority with political ambition. His tenure marked a pivotal moment where sacred law began to reflect the ambitions of the state. It was during this period that the role transcended mere religious functions, becoming a vital instrument for consolidating power. In the 2nd century CE, the reign of Tiberius brought forth a contrasting approach. His tenure highlighted the tension between imperial authority and traditional religious practices. Tiberius sought to distance the state from the influence of the Pontifex Maximus, indicating a shift in how religious authority was perceived within the framework of governance. Transitioning to the late Roman Empire, Emperor Constantine's elevation of Christianity transformed the roles significantly. As Pontifex Maximus, he initiated a reformation of sacred law, integrating Christian doctrine into the previously polytheistic framework. This evolution marked a decisive pivot in Rome's spiritual landscape, illustrating the profound impact that the Pontifex Maximus could wield over both sacred and civic domains. These case studies illuminate the complexities and transformations of religious authority within the context of Roman society, revealing a nuanced interplay between belief and governance. The sacred oaths formed a cornerstone of Roman law, of Pontifex, intricately intertwining religious obligations with civic duty. These oaths served not only as personal commitments but also as public affirmations of loyalty and integrity. They were taken by various officials, from magistrates to military leaders, binding them to uphold the laws and customs of the Republic while ensuring divine favor. Transgressions against these solemn pledges carried significant consequences. The violation of an oath could incite public outrage, leading to social ostracism and legal repercussions. The reverberations of such breaches extended beyond individual reputations, affecting the stability of the state itself. In this context, the Pontifex Maximus played a crucial role, overseeing the administration of these oaths and ensuring their sanctity. Rituals surrounding the oaths underscored their importance. Offerings were made to the gods, invoking divine witness to the pledges taken. This act not only reinforced the seriousness of the commitment, but also established a direct connection between the divine and civic realms. The implications of these sacred oaths were profound. They cultivated a culture of accountability among leaders and citizens alike, entwining personal ethics with the broader societal fabric. In this manner, the intricate relationship between law and belief shaped the very essence of Roman identity. The Pontifex Maximus served as a crucial mediator between the divine and the mortal realms. This position, often held by the emperor, embodied the intersection of religious authority and legal power. Rituals of purification were central to the responsibilities undertaken by the Pontifex Maximus. These rites were meticulously structured, ensuring that both the state and its citizens remained in a state of divine favor. Purification rituals involved various elements, including offerings, sacrifices, and specific ceremonies designed to cleanse individuals and the community from spiritual impurities. The significance of these acts extended beyond mere tradition. They reinforced societal order and upheld the moral fabric of Roman life. It was believed that failing to perform these rituals could result in disastrous consequences, both for the individual and the state. In this context, the Pontifex Maximus wielded substantial influence, guiding the populace through the complexities of sacred law. Each ritual acted as a reaffirmation of the connection between the people and the gods, a reminder of their responsibilities to both the divine and legal frameworks. The repetitive nature of these ceremonies instilled a sense of continuity and stability, essential for maintaining the social order. These practices were deeply entwined with the duties of the Pontifex Maximus, who held a crucial role in augury and divination. Engaging in these activities, it was the responsibility of the Pontifex Maximus to interpret omens and signs from the divine, ensuring that the will of the gods was understood and respected. Rituals conducted by this figure often involved the examination of the flight patterns of birds or the inspection of animal entrails, each act steeped in tradition and significance. These observations provided guidance in critical decisions affecting the state and its people. Through careful scrutiny of these signs, the Pontifex Maximus acted as a mediator between the mortal realm and the divine, embodying the weight of sacred law. This interpretation was not merely personal or subjective, it was a collective endeavor, rooted in established legal frameworks and social expectations. The influence of augury extended beyond individual ceremonies, shaping public policy and military engagements. Decisions on matters of war and peace often hinged upon favorable or unfavorable omens. In this manner, the Pontifex Maximus held a dual responsibility, both spiritual and administrative, wielding the power to influence the fate of Rome. Each pronouncement carried significant implications, reinforcing the interconnectedness of religious observance and civic duty within Roman society. The Regifugium holds a critical place within the framework of Roman religion, marking the annual expulsion of the king. This event symbolized the rejection of tyranny and the embrace of republican values. Celebrated on the 15th of February, it served as a reminder of the transition from monarchy to a system that favored collective governance. The rituals associated with this occasion were steeped in solemnity and purpose, emphasizing the importance of civic identity. Ceremonies included offerings and sacrifices to the deities, invoking their favor and protection over the state. Participants would engage in acts of purification, reinforcing the connection between the divine and the civic realm. The king's image, a representation of oppressive rule, would be ritually cast out, embodying the collective desire for freedom from autocracy. This moment became not just a historical marker, but a powerful reinforcement of the community's values. The Wasival, the Regifugium, encapsulated the tension between authority and liberty, reminding citizens of their role in upholding the Republic. Its observance fostered a sense of unity as individuals collectively engaged in these rituals, reinforcing their shared identity and purpose. The event resonated far beyond its date on the calendar, infusing the Roman mindset with a continual reflection on governance, morality, and the divine order that intersected with their daily lives. The influence of the Pontifex Maximus extended deeply into the realm of Roman warfare, where the intersection of religious authority and military might became paramount. Military campaigns were often initiated with a series of religious rituals, invoking divine favor and ensuring the auspices were favorable. This role was not merely ceremonial, it was integral to the success of military endeavors. The Pontifex Maximus oversaw the rites that determined the auspices, interpreting the will of the gods prior to battle. These auspices, derived from the observation of birds and other natural signs, were seen as critical indicators. The presence of a favorable sign could embolden troops, while an unfavorable omen could invoke hesitation and fear. Such interpretations shaped not only strategy, but also the morale of soldiers, who believed their fates were intertwined with divine will. This connection between the sacred and the martial created a culture where victory was celebrated as a manifestation of divine approval. In the aftermath of conflict, the Pontifex Maximus had the duty to offer thanks and invoke blessings upon the state. The rituals of victory served to reinforce the power of the Roman state, intertwining military success with religious devotion. This fusion of governance, warfare, and spirituality established a framework through which the Roman identity was forged and sustained across centuries. This relationship was marked by a delicate balance of power and influence. The Pontifex Maximus, as the high priest, wielded significant spiritual authority, guiding the religious practices that underpinned public life. Within the Senate, this role often translated into a form of moral and ethical guidance, shaping legislative decisions and state affairs. The intertwining of religious obligations with political governance created an environment where religious edicts could sway senatorial decrees, reinforcing the power of the Pontifex Maximus. In this context, senators frequently sought the counsel of the Pontifex Maximus to ensure that their actions aligned with divine will. The high priest's interpretations of omens and rituals were often seen as essential in legitimizing political decisions. This influence was particularly evident during times of crisis, when the Senate might turn to religious rites to invoke favor from the gods, thereby linking their authority to divine approval. Tensions occasionally arose, especially when the ambitions of senators threatened the sanctity of religious practices, or when the Pontifex Maximus sought to assert greater control over civic matters. Such conflicts illustrated the complexities of their relationship, revealing a constant negotiation between spiritual obligations and political aspirations. The intertwining of these roles emphasizes the profound impact of sacred law on the governance of Rome, influencing not only policy but the very essence of Roman identity. The acceptance of diverse beliefs within the empire fostered a rich cultural landscape. This region thrived on the coexistence of various deities and practices, with citizens often blending elements from different traditions. Polytheism was not merely a characteristic of religion, It was a reflection of societal values, encouraging tolerance and adaptation. Temples dedicated to a multitude of gods adorned the city, each serving as a site of worship and a nexus for community gatherings. Religious pluralism played a critical role in the integration of conquered peoples. As new territories were annexed, their local customs and deities were often assimilated into the Roman pantheon. This practice allowed for the maintenance of peace and stability, reducing resistance to Roman authority. The syncretic nature of worship contributed to a sense of belonging among diverse groups, reinforcing loyalty to the state. In this environment, the role of priests and religious officials was crucial. They navigated the complexities of various rites and ceremonies, ensuring that the favor of the gods was maintained. Sacrifices and rituals were meticulously performed, reflecting a deep-seated belief in the power of divine favor. The obligation to honor multiple traditions underscored the flexibility of Roman identity, revealing a civilization that thrived on the shared reverence of its many gods and cultural expressions. The Pontifex Maximus served as a crucial arbiter in matters of family law, influencing social structures deeply embedded in Roman life. This position allowed for the interpretation and enforcement of sacred laws that governed marriage, inheritance, and familial obligations through rituals and ceremonies. It was the Pontifex Maximus who validated matrimonial unions, thereby framing the governance of familial relationships within a divine context. Authority over family law extended to the regulation of dowries and the legitimacy of offspring, areas that were essential for maintaining social order. The decisions made by this high priest impacted not only individual families, but also the broader community, ensuring that personal relationships aligned with state expectations and religious sanctions. The power to annul marriages or declare them valid reinforced the sacred nature of the family unit. Such actions were not merely administrative. They held profound implications for lineage and property rights, intertwining religious beliefs with the practicalities of everyday life. This influence became particularly evident during times of political change, where the Pontifex Maximus's rulings could either strengthen or destabilize familial alliances. In this way, the weight of judgment exercised by the Pontifex Maximus rippled through generations, shaping the very foundations of Roman society. The intertwining of sacred law and family dynamics highlighted the enduring legacy of this pivotal office. The ritual of the Lupercalia served as a striking reflection of the Pontifex Maximus's role within Roman society. Celebrated annually in mid-February, this ancient festival aimed to purify the city and promote fertility. It began at the cave of Lupercal, where the she-wolf was said to have nurtured Romulus and Remus. This location, steeped in myth, emphasized the connection between divine favor and civic well-being. During the festival, priests known as the Luperci, under the guidance of the Pontifex Maximus, would sacrifice goats and a dog, symbolizing both life and renewal. The blood of the sacrificed animals, a potent offering, was applied to participants, marking them with a sense of divine protection. Following this rite, the hides of the goats were cut into strips, which were wielded by the Luperci in a ritualistic run through the streets. This act was intended to promote fertility and ward off evil. As the festival unfolded, the Pontifex Maximus played a crucial role, ensuring that the rituals adhered to sacred law. This authority reinforced the belief that the health of the state was directly linked to the observance of these ancient traditions, encapsulating the intertwining of religious duty and civic responsibility through the observance of Lupercalia. The influence of the Pontifex Maximus resonated throughout the fabric of Roman life. The role of women in the religious sphere was marked by the esteemed presence of the Vestal Virgins, charged with maintaining the sacred fire of Vesta. These women held a singular position within Roman society, embodying purity and devotion. Their commitment to chastity for a period of 30 years signified not only personal sacrifice, but also the stability of the Roman state itself. The extinguishing of this flame was seen as a dire omen, intertwining their fate with the broader health of the city. Entrusted with significant rituals and ceremonies, the Vestal Virgins possessed unique privileges. They enjoyed rights that were otherwise unattainable for women, including the ownership of property and the ability to make a will. This autonomy reflected their elevated status, allowing them to act as a bridge between the divine and the earthly realm. The whispers of their prayers were believed to influence the favor of the gods, a crucial aspect of civic life. The societal perception of these women also underscored the complexities of Roman gender dynamics. While their roles conferred honor, they were still bound by strict rules and expectations. Violation of their vows led to severe consequences, encapsulating the weight of their responsibility. In this context, the Vestal Virgins emerged as powerful, yet confined figures within the intricate web of Roman religious practices. The Pontifex Maximus served as the principal high priest in ancient Rome, wielding great influence over various religious and legal matters. This position acted as a bridge between the sacred and the secular, establishing a framework for societal norms within the context of divine law. With the cult of Vesta at its center, the duties of the Pontifex Maximus included overseeing the sacred flame, a symbol of the eternal life of Rome. Vesta, the goddess of the hearth, held a unique position in Roman belief. The maintenance of her flame was not merely a ritual, it represented the welfare and continuity of the city itself. The Vestal Virgins, under the guidance of the Pontifex Maximus, were tasked with safeguarding this flame, their purity and commitment reflecting the sanctity of the city. Their lives, marked by vows of chastity, rendered them both revered and restricted, balancing respect with a strict set of societal expectations. Decisions made by the Pontifex Maximus often had far-reaching implications, influencing everything from public ceremonies to legal matters. This role extended into the realm of judgment, where it held a significant weight in both maintaining religious integrity and guiding social order. The interplay between these sacred duties formed the backbone of Roman religious law, deeply intertwining spirituality with governance. The decisions made by the Pontifex Maximus carried significant implications for public policy within the Roman state. Each pronouncement reverberated through the societal fabric, influencing not only spiritual matters, but also legal and political domains. This position, inherently a blend of religious authority and civic responsibility, allowed the holder to shape the moral compass of the populace. Actions taken in their capacity could legitimize or restrict various practices, guiding the community's ethical standards. Judicial outcomes often reflected the Pontifex Maximus's interpretations of divine will. Legal codes would align with religious doctrines, ensuring that policies resonated with foundational beliefs. This symbiosis fostered a sense of unity among citizens, binding them together under shared principles that transcended mere governance. When a decision was rendered, its effects spanned across temples, marketplaces, and households alike. Public festivals, rituals, and even wars were subjected to the directives originating from this sacred authority. The timing of agricultural cycles, the allocation of resources, and the resolution of disputes were frequently dictated by the religious calendar overseen by the Pontifex. Thus, The weight of these decisions not only shaped the spiritual landscape, but also orchestrated the rhythm of daily life, intertwining faith and policy in an intricate web of Roman identity. The transition from republic to empire marked a pivotal shift in the political and religious authority vested in the Pontifex Maximus. As the Roman Republic waned, the role evolved from a collective governance of multiple leaders to the consolidation of power under a single emperor. This alteration redefined the function of the Pontifex Maximus, transforming it from a position of spiritual guidance within a polytheistic framework to a tool of imperial propaganda. In this new era, the emperor often assumed the title of Pontifex Maximus, intertwining religious legitimacy with political dominion. This shift ensured that the emperor not only governed the secular realm but also held sway over the sacred. The blending of these roles reinforced the emperor's divine right to rule, presenting the individual as a mediatory figure between the gods and the people. With the emperor at the helm, the rituals and ceremonies once administered by the Pontifex Maximus took on additional significance. They became showcases of imperial authority, reinforcing loyalty and devotion among the populace. This alteration in religious practice illustrated the political necessity of aligning spiritual observances with the ambitions of the state, creating a unified front that fortified both governance and belief. Such a transformation exemplified the profound impact of political upheaval on the religious landscape of Rome. The Pontifex Maximus served as a critical mediator between the divine and the mortal realms, embodying the nexus of sacred authority within Roman society. This role extended far beyond mere ceremonial duties. It encompassed the maintenance of religious customs that governed public and private life. In this capacity, it was essential to uphold the proper observance of rituals, ensuring that the favor of the gods was retained. The responsibilities included not only the oversight of sacrifices and festivals, but also the interpretation of divine will. This figure interpreted omens and signs, seeking guidance during times of uncertainty. Such interpretations could dictate the course of military campaigns or influence legislative decisions, demonstrating the interwoven nature of religion and governance. In moments of crisis, the Pontifex Maximus was expected to rally the populace, reinforcing the belief that divine support was contingent upon the people's adherence to traditional practices. Through public proclamations and rituals, it was believed that harmony between the divine and earthly realms could be restored, thus averting calamity. The presence of this role solidified the integration of religious authority within the political framework of Rome. By navigating the complexities of human affairs and divine expectations, the Pontifex Maximus embodied the weight of judgment, reflecting the intricate relationship between faith and the state in ancient Rome. Legal authority was a defining characteristic of the Pontifex Maximus, granting the officeholder a unique position in judicial matters. This role extended beyond mere spiritual guidance. It intertwined with the legal framework of the Roman state. The ability to interpret sacred law endowed the Pontifex Maximus with significant influence over both religious and secular affairs. Decisions made in this capacity often determined the outcomes of trials and the resolutions of conflicts, intertwining morality with legality. In this context, the authority of the Pontifex Maximus served as a critical mediator between divine will and human governance. Responsibilities included overseeing the proper conduct of trials, ensuring that the rites performed were in alignment with established customs and laws. This intersection of religious obligation and judicial oversight solidified the office's importance within the broader societal structure. Through the establishment of sacred rites and the preservation of religious texts, the Pontifex Maximus shaped the legal landscape of Rome. The rituals conducted under its guidance were not merely ceremonial. They carried legal weight, impacting societal norms and expectations. Such practices reinforced the belief that divine favor was essential for the health of the state, illustrating how intertwined faith and law were within this ancient civilization. In doing so, the Pontifex Maximus became a vital figure in maintaining the stability of both the spiritual and civic realms. The Sibylline books served as an essential repository of prophetic texts, believed to contain the wisdom of the Cumaean Sibyl, a seer whose foresight was revered throughout the Roman world. These texts guided the Pontifex Maximus in times of crisis, offering insights that shaped both religious practices and public policy. Their significance lay not merely in their content, but also in the mystique surrounding their origins and preservation, drawing on a tradition that linked the divine with the earth. The process of consultation was meticulous, underscoring the reverence with which these writings were treated. Only a select group of priests, specifically chosen for their piety and expertise, could interpret the contents of the Sibylline books. This exclusivity lent an air of authority to their pronouncements, ensuring that the decisions made were perceived as divinely sanctioned. During periods of instability, such as military conflicts or natural disasters, the Pontifex Maximus would refer to these texts for guidance. The outcomes often determined the fate of the state, reinforcing the belief that the gods communicated through these sacred writings. This reliance on the Sibylline books illustrates the intricate relationship between religion and governance, where spiritual insight directly influenced civic responsibility. In this way, the Sibylline books remained a cornerstone of Roman religious life, embodying the intersection of divine wisdom and human action. The Pontifex Maximus served as a pivotal figure in the management of sacred space, tasked with overseeing temples, altars, and rituals that defined Roman religious practice. This role extended beyond mere administration. It involved the careful orchestration of religious observances that maintained the favor of the gods. Temples were not only places of worship, but also symbols of the city's identity, each with its own sanctified ground that required meticulous upkeep and respect. Rituals conducted by the Pontifex Maximus ensured the alignment of civic life with divine expectations. The auspices, taken before significant political decisions, underscored the importance of divine approval in public affairs. Such practices reinforced the notion that human actions were deeply intertwined with the will of the gods, thereby granting the pontiff a unique position of influence over both spiritual and temporal matters. Sacred space was carefully delineated, with boundaries established to protect the sanctity of these sites. The presence of sacred objects, such as altars and statues, further contributed to the atmosphere of reverence, creating zones where the divine was believed to be accessible. This careful management extended to the calendar of festivals, during which the Pontifex Maximus presided over communal observances that strengthened societal bonds and reinforced the collective commitment to the gods. Through these actions, the pontiff embodied the bridge between the divine and the earthly. Sacrifices served as a fundamental aspect of Roman religious practice, a vital means of communication with the divine. These offerings, ranging from simple grains to elaborate animal sacrifices, acted as conduits through which mortals sought favor and appeased the gods. In sacred spaces, priests and priestesses conducted rituals with precision, adhering to established protocols that dictated every gesture and utterance. The act of sacrifice was not a mere transaction. It represented a profound relationship, one steeped in tradition and expectation. The significance of these offerings extended beyond personal piety, reflecting the communal identity of Roman society. festivals, and public ceremonies drew crowds, reinforcing societal bonds through shared ritual experiences. The choice of offerings often hinged on the occasion, with auspicious moments prompting more elaborate displays. It was believed that the gods responded favorably to sincere devotion, granting blessings in return for reverence shown through sacrifice. Careful attention to detail characterized these practices. The selection of the sacrificial animal required meticulous consideration, as imperfections could render the offering invalid. This connection between the choice of sacrifice and the desired outcome illustrated the intricate relationship between worshippers and divine entities. Rituals imbued with meaning transcended mere acts. They encapsulated the very essence of Roman spirituality and the quest for divine favor amidst the complexities of daily life. This essence was intricately tied to the role of the Pontifex Maximus, the chief priest of the Roman state religion. Tasked with interpreting omens, it was this figure who stood at the nexus between the divine and the mortal realm. The interpretation of signs was not merely a matter of personal belief. It dictated public policy and societal direction, influencing everything from military campaigns to agricultural practices. When atmospheric phenomena occurred, such as unusual weather patterns or celestial events, the Pontifex Maximus interpreted these as messages from the gods. It was within the sacred space of the temple that these signs were scrutinized, with the priest employing established rituals to ascertain their meaning. The weight of these judgments often fell heavily upon the community, as the ramifications of misinterpretation could lead to disastrous consequences. Sacred law demanded a profound understanding of the natural world, binding the Pontifex Maximus to both the spiritual and the scientific. This role required a delicate balance, as personal convictions could not overshadow the collective will of the state. Through careful analysis and consultation with other priests, these interpretations shaped the moral and ethical framework of Roman society, ensuring that the delicate relationship with the divine remained intact and revered. The complex hierarchy within the Roman religious landscape established a dynamic interplay between the Pontifex Maximus and various other religious offices. This position, regarded as the highest priestly authority, acted as a central figure in the vast network of religious duties and obligations. Below it, the flamen, responsible for specific deities, maintained a specialized focus, ensuring rituals aligned with the demands of their respective gods. These priests were crucial, executing rites that reinforced the societal ties between citizens and the divine. It was within this framework that the augurs emerged, interpreting the will of the gods through the observation of natural signs. Their insights often influenced decisions at the highest levels of governance. The coordination between the Pontifex Maximus and augurs ensured that political actions were sanctioned by divine favor, further intertwining religious and civic responsibilities. The Vestal Virgins, guardians of sacred fire and purity, also played a pivotal role in this ecosystem. Their vow of chastity and dedication to Vesta upheld the spiritual health of Rome. The Pontifex Maximus, responsible for overseeing their rites, maintained a direct connection to the most vital aspects of Roman spirituality. This intricate relationship underscored the importance of collaboration among these offices, collectively sustaining the moral and spiritual fabric of a civilization deeply rooted in its religious practices. The Flamen Dialis, a high priest dedicated to the worship of Jupiter, held a position of immense significance within the Roman pantheon. This role was marked by an array of strict rituals and taboos that governed not only personal conduct, but also the broader interactions with the divine. The flammenas' duties extended beyond mere ceremonial obligations. They served as a living embodiment of Jupiter's will and, by extension, the authority of the Pontifex Maximus. This priest's unique status required adherence to a complex set of regulations, ensuring that the rituals performed were pure and uncontaminated. The flamandialis wore specific garments and maintained a distinctive hairstyle, symbols reflecting their sacred commitment. Their connection to the Pontifex Maximus was crucial, as it reinforced the hierarchical structure of Roman religious authority, allowing for a seamless flow of spiritual guidance. The flammenas' offerings and prayers were essential for securing favor from the gods, impacting not only individual lives but the fate of the entire city. Rituals led by the flamandialis were often coordinated with those overseen by the Pontifex Maximus, creating a unified front in the pursuit of divine approval. This synergy represented the broader societal belief that the city's well-being depended on its leaders' spiritual integrity and strength, fostering a deep sense of communal responsibility in upholding these sacred traditions. The role of the Pontifex Maximus was central to the maintenance of Pax Deorum, the sacred peace with the gods. This position entailed a profound obligation to oversee rituals and ceremonies that sought to secure divine favor. It functioned as a bridge between the earthly realm and the divine, ensuring that the citizens' actions aligned with the will of the gods. Rituals were meticulously crafted, often involving sacrifices, offerings, and prayers, each symbolizing the community's reverence and commitment. The responsibilities of this office extended beyond mere ceremony. It required a deep understanding of auspices, the interpretation of omens that could signal the gods' approval or disapproval. Proper readings could avert calamity, while misinterpretations might lead to societal unrest or divine wrath. The populace looked to the Pontifex Maximus for guidance during times of uncertainty, trusting that their leadership would navigate the complexities of both spiritual and civic life. In this region, the sanctity of public spaces was upheld through structures dedicated to veneration, each representing a facet of the divine. These sites became focal points of collective memory, reinforcing the idea that the stability of Rome hinged on the harmony established through diligent worship and adherence to sacred law. The Pontifex Maximus embodied this delicate balance, ensuring that the ties to the divine remained unbroken. The crooked staff served as a profound emblem of authority and spiritual guidance within the Roman religious framework. This instrument, often adorned with intricate carvings, represented the connection between the earthly and the divine, embodying both the power and responsibility that lay upon those who wielded it. In its curvature, one could discern the complexities of navigating human morality and divine will, a reflection of the challenges faced by the Pontifex Maximus. In rituals, the staff was not merely a tool. It was a conduit for blessings and a means of invoking favor from the gods. Its presence during ceremonies underscored the sanctity of the rites performed, acting as a reminder of the divine oversight that permeated Roman life. Each bend and twist of the staff held layers of meaning, symbolizing the inherent imperfections of humanity, juxtaposed against the pursuit of spiritual purity. As it rested in the hands of the Pontifex Maximus, the crooked staff became a focal point of reverence. It signified the weight of judgment that rested on the shoulders of the high priest, illustrating the delicate interplay between divine command and human interpretation. This relationship between the staff and its bearer encapsulated the essence of Roman sacred law, a system rooted in both tradition and adaptability, constantly seeking harmony between earthly existence and celestial decree. The Pontifex Maximus held a position of unparalleled influence within the cursus honorum, the sequential order of public offices held by aspiring politicians in ancient Rome, elevated above other religious offices. This role combined spiritual authority with political power, embodying the fusion of governance and divinity. The path through the cursus honorum was meticulously structured, designed to cultivate leaders who could navigate both the complexities of civic duty and the sacred obligations that governed Roman society. Responsibilities of the Pontifex Maximus extended beyond mere ritualistic function. This figure acted as a custodian of religious law, ensuring that the practices of worship and the observance of rites aligned with the expectations of the pantheon. In this capacity, the Pontifex Maximus provided crucial guidance on matters of public policy, often consulting omens and auspices before significant decisions were made. Such practices were integral, as the boundaries between divine favor and civic prosperity were often perceived as intertwined. Participation in the cursus honorum demanded a deep understanding of this interplay. Each officeholder was expected to demonstrate reverence for the sacred traditions while upholding the imperatives of governance. This duality shaped the character of Roman leadership, reflecting a society that recognized the delicate balance between human ambition and the divine order that presided over its fate. The political propaganda of the Pontifex Maximus emerged as a crucial tool in shaping public perception and legitimizing authority. This role, entwined with religious duties, allowed the Pontifex to manipulate sacred rites and ceremonies to reinforce the power of the ruling class. Rituals conducted under its auspices were imbued with political significance, often portraying leaders as divinely chosen guardians of the state. In this environment, public games and religious festivals served not only as expressions of devotion, but also as platforms for political messaging. The presence of the Pontifex Maximus at these events was a visible reminder of the intertwining of religion and state. This figure often invoked the favor of the gods, creating a narrative that linked successful governance with divine approval. Such representations elevated the stature of both the pontifex and the ruling elite, fostering a sense of loyalty and stability among the populace. The careful orchestration of symbolism within sacred spaces further enhanced this authority. Temples and altars became stages for the display of power, where rituals reinforced the social hierarchy. The Pontifex Maximus, through the management of these sacred institutions, wielded influence over both the spiritual and temporal realms, ensuring that the populace maintained faith in the established order. In this way, the intersection of religion and politics solidified the foundation of Roman society. The Pontifex Maximus held a pivotal role within the Roman imperial cult. This position encapsulated both religious authority and political influence, intertwining the sacred with governance. As high priest, it was responsible for overseeing rituals and maintaining the favor of the gods, while simultaneously reinforcing the emperor's divine status among the populace. The figure of the emperor became a focal point of worship, with cult practices elevating his image to that of a deity. This elevation was not merely for reverence, it served to unify the sprawling empire under a shared religious framework. Localized traditions were often integrated into the imperial cult, ensuring that diverse cultures could find a common religious thread within the overarching Roman identity. Rituals conducted by the Pontifex Maximus were essential for societal cohesion, Offerings, sacrifices, and public ceremonies reinforced the emperor's divine legitimacy. Such observances were critical in times of crisis, serving to stabilize the populace through the assurance of divine favor. In this context, the role of the Pontifex Maximus transcended mere religious duty. It became an emblem of imperial authority, a conduit through which the sacred and the political merged. This symbiotic relationship enhanced the power of the emperor, allowing for a meticulously maintained order within the complex hierarchy of Roman life. The construction of temples served as a vital expression of religious and political authority. The Pontifex Maximus, as the chief priest, held a central role in this process, overseeing the intricate rituals and ceremonies that accompanied temple building. It was within these sacred spaces that the divine and the earthly intersected, making the Pontifex Maximus a crucial figure in aligning public devotion with imperial interests. In this context, the layout and design of temples reflected not only religious significance, but also architectural innovation. Each temple was meticulously planned, with specifications that adhered to religious codes and communal needs. The Pontifex Maximus ensured that the materials used were pure and that the construction followed auspicious timings dictated by the lunar calendar. Such attention to detail was paramount, emphasizing the belief that the favor of the gods was contingent upon the sanctity of the physical structure. As these temples rose, they became focal points for civic life, drawing citizens into a shared experience of worship and reverence. Each architectural detail was imbued with meaning, connecting the populace to their divine protectors through physical form. The Pontifex Maximus, thus, did not merely officiate rituals, it facilitated a profound connection between the divine realm and the everyday lives of the Roman people, solidifying their faith and loyalty to the state. The Pontifex Maximus played a crucial role in the numerous festivals that punctuated the Roman calendar, each celebration serving as a conduit for communal engagement and religious expression. These events were meticulously planned, reflecting the agricultural cycles and the societal needs of the population. Significant festivals like the Lupercalia, Saturnalia, and Vestalia were more than mere observances. They embodied the collective identity of the Romans, binding communities together in a shared devotion. During these occasions, it was the responsibility of the Pontifex Maximus to oversee the rituals, ensuring that the rites were performed correctly to maintain the favor of the god. This position held immense weight, as any misstep could be interpreted as a sign of divine displeasure. The intricacies of these festivals often included processions, sacrifices, and various forms of public entertainment. Although soon after sign of Zodrois, processions, sacrifices, and various forms of public entertainment, each carefully orchestrated to honor the deities and reinforce societal values. The Pontifex Maximus served not only as a religious leader, but also as a political figure, navigating the delicate balance between sacred obligations and civic duties. The festivals provided an opportunity for the populace to reaffirm their loyalty, both to their gods and to the state. In this way, the role of the Pontifex Maximus was integral to the rhythm of Roman life, intertwining faith with daily existence in a manner that was both profound and enduring. The cultural legacy of the Pontifex Maximus transcended the boundaries of ancient Rome, permeating various traditions and influencing religious practices for centuries. This position, once a pinnacle of authority within the Roman Republic and later the Empire, laid the groundwork for the development of ecclesiastical leadership in subsequent societies. The vestiges of this role can be observed in the evolution of leadership structures within the Christian Church. The title of Pontifex Maximus was adopted by early popes, signifying a continuity of spiritual authority that echoed the past. This adaptation showcased how ancient practices were reinterpreted in a new religious context, reflecting a deep reverence for the established traditions of governance and spirituality. The rituals and ceremonies associated with the Pontifex Maximus, such as the holding of sacred rites and the maintenance of religious calendars, found their way into Christian observances, creating a bridge between ancient pagan customs and the emerging Christian ethos. This influence extended beyond religion, impacting societal norms and legal frameworks. The concept of sacred law and moral adjudication, once the purview of the Pontifex Maximus, became foundational principles in the governance of medieval Europe. The intertwining of spiritual authority with civil duty began to shape the cultural landscape, signifying an enduring connection to the weighty responsibilities once held by this ancient office. The concept of divine favor was paramount in the duties of the Pontifex Maximus. This role served as a mediator between the gods and the Roman people, facilitating a connection that transcended mere governance. Rituals and ceremonies, conducted under the watchful eyes of the divine, were essential in maintaining this favor, limited to a select few. The position required not only religious knowledge but also an understanding of the political landscape, ensuring that the favor of the gods reflected positively on the state. In this ancient context, the performance of rituals was intricately tied to the success of Rome. Citizens believed that prosperity, military victory, and social stability were direct results of the Pontifex Maximus effectively securing divine approval. The careful observance of sacred rites was not only a matter of faith, but also a reflection of civic duty. Any misstep could lead to perceived displeasure from the gods, resulting in dire consequences for the community. This intertwining of faith and governance created an environment where the Pontifex Maximus was both revered and scrutinized. The weight of such responsibilities demanded an unwavering commitment to uphold the sacred traditions. Decisions made by this office could reverberate through the populace, shaping the moral and ethical framework that guided Roman society. Historical interpretation of the Pontifex Maximus's authority reveals a complex interplay between religious duties and civic responsibilities. This role, originally established to oversee ritual practices, evolved to encompass broader jurisdiction over societal norms and legal interpretations. It signified not only spiritual leadership, but also political influence, as the office holder could dictate the moral compass of the state. The authority of the Pontifex Maximus was often justified through the lens of divine mandate. It was believed that the favor of the gods could be attained through the proper execution of duties, thereby ensuring prosperity and stability for the Roman state. Such beliefs cemented the position's importance, leading to a significant accumulation of power over time. Rituals and sacrifices conducted under its guidance were deemed essential for maintaining the Pax Deorum, or peace with the gods. As the Roman Empire expanded, the role became even more critical in mediating the relationship between diverse cultures and religions. This adaptability allowed the Pontifex Maximus to navigate the complexities of a growing empire, blending local customs with established Roman practices. In moments of crisis, the office could assert authority that transcended mere religious observance, facilitating political decisions that could alter the course of history. The lasting impact of this role can still be traced through subsequent interpretations of law and governance in Western civilization. The intricate social structure within the College of Pontiffs played a critical role in shaping religious and political life. Comprised of various members, this body included the highest-ranking priests and was central to maintaining the rituals and traditions that underpinned Roman society. Each pontiff brought unique perspectives and loyalties, often influenced by their familial ties and political affiliations. This diversity fostered a complex interplay of power dynamics, with alliances and rivalries evolving over time. Ceremonial duties and religious observances formed the foundation of their authority. Yet it was the underlying negotiations and collaborations that truly defined their influence. The pontiffs wielded significant sway over public sentiment, leveraging their positions to reinforce social hierarchies and promote collective identity. Decisions regarding sacred rites not only impacted religious practices, but also reflected broader societal values and norms. Discussions within this circle often revolved around interpreting sacred texts and adapting them to the changing landscape of Roman life. This adaptability ensured that the college remained relevant amid evolving political landscapes and cultural shifts. As the pontiffs navigated these complexities, their role in mediating between the divine and the mundane became paramount, facilitating a sense of continuity and stability within a society marked by both innovation and tradition. The emergence of Christianity introduced profound changes to the religious landscape of Rome, challenging the established authority of the Pontifex Maximus. This transformation altered not only the perception of divinity, but also the functions traditionally associated with this office. With the rise of a monotheistic faith, the significance of multiple deities diminished, shifting the focus of worship and undermining the ancient rituals that had defined Roman spirituality for centuries. The Pontifex Maximus found itself at a crossroads, tasked with reconciling the old beliefs while contending with the growing influence of Christian doctrine. This transition fostered a re-evaluation of sacred law, as the pontiffs sought to maintain their relevance in a rapidly changing society. The Church's ascension prompted a redefinition of authority, leading to a gradual decline in the power wielded by the Roman priesthood. In this evolving context, the Pontifex Maximus became emblematic of a broader struggle to uphold traditional values amidst the encroachment of new ideologies. The blending of Christian tenets with existing practices resulted in a complex interplay, as rituals were adapted or abandoned in response to the emerging faith. This shifting dynamic revealed the fragility of authority within the Roman religious framework, as the empire confronted external pressures and internal strife during late antiquity. The role of the Pontifex Maximus experienced a gradual erosion. This once mighty position, central to the governance of sacred law, began to lose its relevance as new religious ideologies emerged and proliferated. During this period, competing belief systems gained followers, challenging traditional pagan practices. The rise of Christianity dramatically altered the religious landscape, leading to a diminished influence of the ancient priesthood. As more individuals sought solace and guidance in the emerging faith, the weight of judgment once held by the Pontifex Maximus diminished in significance. The complex interplay between the state and the church further complicated this evolution. Religious authorities began to intertwine with political power, leading to the emergence of new leaders who shaped spiritual discourse. This shift fractured the previously monolithic religious authority, rendering the Pontifex Maximus a relic of a bygone era. Evident in the reduced number of official rituals and public ceremonies, this decline reflected broader societal transformations. The once proud vestiges of power became overshadowed by a burgeoning spiritual movement that offered different paths to salvation, fundamentally altering the fabric of Roman religious life. The symbolic death of the Pontifex Maximus marked a significant moment in the intersection of religious and political authority. This transition signified not merely the decline of an individual, but the transformation of an institution. With the rise of new beliefs and practices, the ancient role began to diminish, giving way to fresh interpretations of spirituality that resonated more profoundly with the populace. Rituals once central to the authority of this office became less relevant, replaced by alternative expressions of faith that emphasized personal connection and communal experience. Resurrection took on a new meaning. It became a metaphor for the adaptability of ancient traditions in the face of evolving ideologies. As the Pontifex Maximus was relegated to a ceremonial position, aspects of its former power were woven into emerging religious frameworks, allowing remnants of ancient practices to coexist with innovative doctrines. This phenomenon illustrated a dynamic resilience where elements of the past found new life within the context of a changing spiritual landscape. And utive for Bodrins. This phenomenon illustrated a dynamic resilience, and communal rituals remained pertinent. Thus, the legacy of the Pontifex Maximus persisted, albeit in a reimagined form, contributing to the ongoing evolution of religious identity within the empire. The intertwining of legal and sacred authority defined the structure of Roman governance. This relationship was not merely functional. It underscored a societal belief that law derived its legitimacy from divine sanction. Legal codes, such as the 12 Tables, reflected this connection, establishing a framework that mandated adherence to both civic duty and divine will. The presence of augurs and priests in legal proceedings further emphasized this bond, as their interpretations of omens and rituals influenced judicial outcomes. In this environment, the Pontifex Maximus served a crucial role. Beyond presiding over religious ceremonies, this figure ensured that the sacred obligations of the state were fulfilled, thereby reinforcing the idea that law was an extension of divine order. The authority vested in this position allowed for a unique blend of religious and legal governance, wherein decrees were often seen as manifestations of divine will. Citizens navigated their lives under a system where transgressions against sacred norms could lead to legal repercussions.
This duality created a culture steeped in vigilance, where rituals served not only as expressions of faith, but also as vital components of social order. The intricate balance maintained between these realms. The Pontifex Maximus served as a pivotal figure within Roman law, embodying the intersection of spiritual and civic authority. This role provided a unique vantage point from which to observe the application of sacred law in various contexts. Notable case studies revealed the breadth of influence wielded by this position. In one instance, a dispute arose regarding the interpretation of a sacred vow. The Pontifex Maximus was called upon to adjudicate, drawing from established religious texts and customs. This decision not only impacted the individuals involved, but also set a precedent for future cases, illustrating the evolving nature of Roman law and its intertwining with religious doctrine. Another example can be found in the regulation of public rituals. The Pontifex Maximus oversaw the scheduling and execution of ceremonies intended to appease the gods. When a misstep occurred during a significant festival, a subsequent investigation underscored the importance of adherence to sacred law. The Pontifex Maximus had to navigate the complexities of public sentiment while maintaining the integrity of the rituals, reinforcing the notion that divine favor was crucial for the prosperity of the state. These case studies underscore the profound responsibilities held by the Pontifex Maximus, as each ruling and interpretation shaped not only the legal framework, but also the moral landscape of Roman society. The delicate interplay of authority continues to echo through the annals of history. The Pontifex Maximus established a foundation for religious leadership that transcended the boundaries of ancient Rome. This role, steeped in the authority of sacred law, served as a model for subsequent religious figures in various traditions. Leadership reflected a hierarchy that intertwined governance with divine mandate, an influence that reverberated through centuries. In later eras, figures such as bishops and clerics adapted elements of this ancient position, incorporating its principles into their own frameworks. The emphasis on mediating between the divine and the earthly realm became essential as these leaders sought to guide their communities in spiritual matters. The rituals and responsibilities originally held by the Pontifex Maximus began to manifest in different forms, shaping the practices within emerging religious institutions. This transition illustrated a profound shift as the authority once vested in Rome found new expressions in the Christian Church. The blending of temporal and spiritual governance shaped the development of ecclesiastical power. As these new leaders emerged, they inherited the weight of judgment associated with earlier traditions, navigating the complexities of faith and societal expectations. The evolution of this role underscores a significant continuity in the dynamics of religious authority, where the legacy of the Pontifex Maximus remains palpable in modern contexts. These threads of influence continue to weave through the fabric of contemporary leadership, reminding us of their enduring impact. The Pontifex Maximus, a title steeped in tradition, symbolized the apex of religious authority within ancient Rome, embodying a complex interplay of spirituality and governance. This figure presided over the sacred rites and maintained the Pax Deorum, or peace of the gods, critical to Roman society. Its influence extended beyond mere ceremonies, encapsulating the moral and ethical standards that guided both public and private lives. With the rise of Christianity, the dynamics of this authority began to shift. The initial tension between pagan worship and the burgeoning Christian faith led to a gradual erosion of the traditional role. As Christianity spread, many of the established practices and beliefs associated with the Pontifex Maximus became increasingly challenged. The sacred rituals that once defined Roman life began to fade, replaced by new theological frameworks and community structures. The consolidation of Christian leadership saw the emergence of new figures who inherited elements of the Pontifex Maximus's authority, albeit reinterpreted to align with Christian doctrine. Bishops and church leaders began to assume roles that paralleled the earlier priesthood, wielding spiritual influence over both the faithful and the state. This evolution marked a significant transition in how religious authority functioned within society, highlighting the interplay of belief systems and their capacity to transform the fabric of cultural practices. The remnants of this ancient title still resonate today, reflecting the complexity of spiritual governance throughout history. Judgment in Roman sacred law was intricately woven into the fabric of daily life, serving as a mechanism of societal order and divine favor. It manifested not only in the legal proceedings of the courts, but also in the rituals performed to appease the gods. This region, steeped in tradition, placed immense value on the interpretation of omens and the significance of auspices, which were seen as direct messages from the divine. The priests, skilled in their roles, acted as intermediaries, conveying the will of the gods to the populace and ensuring that the proper rituals were executed in accordance with the established laws. Legal decisions often hinged on the moral and spiritual implications, underscoring the belief that human actions were subject to celestial oversight. The concept of justice transcended mere human legislation, embodying a cosmic order that required balance and harmony.
These principles dictated not only the outcomes of legal disputes, but also the broader interactions within the community, engendering a collective consciousness aligned with divine expectations. Transgressions were not simply matters of legal consequence, but moral failures that could invoke divine retribution. In this context, judgment was both a civic duty and a sacred obligation, reflecting the intertwined nature of law and faith in the Roman worldview. This framework established a lasting legacy, influencing subsequent legal and religious systems across centuries. The Pontifex Maximus served as a pivotal figure in maintaining social order within Roman society. This role transcended mere religious duties, intertwining with the very fabric of governance and legal integrity. Charged with overseeing rituals, the Pontifex Maximus ensured that the gods remained favorably disposed toward Rome, thereby safeguarding the stability of the state. A series of prescribed ceremonies, rooted in ancient customs, were meticulously conducted to uphold divine favor, reflecting a collective commitment to harmony. Authority over the sacred and the secular allowed the Pontifex Maximus to mediate between the populace and the divine. This position served to reinforce the social hierarchy, with the pontiff acting as an intermediary, interpreting the will of the gods. Legal matters, too, were often influenced by religious considerations. Decisions regarding contracts, family law, and public welfare were imbued with religious significance, intertwining the sacred with the everyday. This duality contributed to a sense of security among citizens by adhering to the established rituals and societal norms. Individuals partook in a collective identity that fostered unity as the embodiment of both spiritual and civic responsibility. The Pontifex Maximus. The role of the Pontifex Maximus in shaping cultural identity extended far beyond religious rites. This position served as a bridge connecting the people to their ancestral traditions, reinforcing a collective memory. Rituals presided over by this figure marked the agricultural calendar, establishing a rhythm in the lives of citizens that provided both structure and meaning. These observances often emphasized themes of renewal and fertility, crucial for a society deeply rooted in agrarian practices. In addition, the Pontifex Maximus acted as an interpreter of omens and signs, guiding the populace through the uncertainties of life. Through the interpretation of auspices, decisions regarding war, governance, and public welfare were influenced, underscoring the intertwining of faith and state. The confidence instilled by these interpretations fostered a sense of stability within the community. Civic ceremonies, led by this authority, further reinforced societal hierarchies and values. It provided a visible embodiment of unity, promoting allegiance to both the divine and the state. The title itself, meaning greatest bridge builder, symbolized not only a connection to the gods, but also a consolidation of identity among the Roman people. The Pontifex Maximus served as a profound cultural arbiter, guiding the spiritual and societal norms of Rome. This position held the responsibility of overseeing religious practices, ensuring that rituals aligned with the intricate laws of sacred tradition. It required not only a deep understanding of divine expectations, but also an awareness of the people's cultural sentiments. The interplay between these elements shaped the moral fabric of Roman society. In this role, it became imperative to maintain the favor of the gods, as public perception hinged upon the successful execution of rites and ceremonies. Each decision made by the Pontifex Maximus rippled through the populace, influencing everything from legislation to daily life. It was not merely a religious office, it was a pivotal force in sustaining civil order. Ceremonies led by the Pontifex Maximus often reflected the broader cultural values of the era. Festivals celebrated agricultural cycles, military victories, and significant historical events, reinforcing community bonds and shared identity. The Pontifex Maximus stood as a figure of stability, a link between divine mandate and human governance. In moments of crisis, the weight of judgment rested heavily upon this individual, with their actions deemed crucial for maintaining harmony. Through their guidance, both spiritual and cultural legacies were interwoven, shaping the trajectory of Roman civilization for generations. The role of the Pontifex Maximus extended beyond mere spiritual authority. It was integral to the preservation of tradition. This figure held the responsibility of maintaining the sacred rites that defined Roman religious life. Rituals passed down through generations, formed a backbone of societal cohesion, ensuring the populace remained connected to their ancestral beliefs. In this capacity, the Pontifex Maximus safeguarded the ancient texts and practices, ensuring their transmission through time. The meticulous observance of ceremonies served not only as an expression of faith, but also reinforced a collective identity among the citizens. It was within these rituals that the essence of Roman virtue and piety was embodied, a reflection of the values esteemed by the society. The office was characterized by its careful management of the calendar, aligning festivals and observances with agricultural cycles and civic events. This synchronization was crucial, as it intertwined religious devotion with daily life, fostering a rhythm to existence that resonated throughout the ages. Through the Pontifex Maximus, the sacred and the mundane converged, allowing the populace to navigate the complexities of existence while remaining anchored in tradition. Such stewardship ensured that the very fabric of Roman identity remained intact, even in the face of external pressures and internal transformation. The preservation of these rites, the symbolic representation of the Pontifex Maximus in art, conveys profound significance within the context of Roman sacred law. Sculptures and reliefs often depict this figure, adorned in intricate ceremonial garb, emphasizing the weight of religious authority. The flowing toga and the laurel wreath serve not only as markers of status, but as visual affirmations of divine connection. Such representations establish a bridge between the mundane and the sacred, illustrating the pivotal role this position held within the socio-religious fabric of ancient Rome. Frescoes and mosaics further encapsulate the essence of the Pontifex Maximus, often surrounded by symbols of auspiciousness, such as the sacred fire and the lituus, a curved staff representing auspicious omens. These elements reinforce the notion of the Pontifex Maximus as a mediator between the gods and the people, tasked with maintaining order in both the spiritual and civic realms. Artistic interpretations vary across time, reflecting the shifting power dynamics and evolving religious sentiments within the empire. In later periods, the portrayal transitions to embody the merging of political and religious authority, illustrating the complexity of governance in a polytheistic society. Each artistic endeavor serves as a testament to the enduring legacy of this role, encapsulating the intricate interplay between faith, law, and the collective identity of Roman civilization. The Pontifex Maximus wielded significant influence within the religious and political spheres of ancient Rome. This position was not merely ceremonial, it was central to the negotiation of power among various factions. The ability to interpret divine will and manage sacred rites conferred a unique authority that transcended mere governance. Such influence was crucial during times of social upheaval, where maintaining public favor required both spiritual and temporal alignment. In this role, decisions made regarding religious observances could sway public sentiment and political allegiance. The careful management of festivals, sacrifices, and augury ensured that the populace remained connected to the divine. Each rite served as a mechanism for the Pontifex Maximus to reinforce social order and stability. It became evident that the sacred and the political were inextricably linked. Controversies surrounding religious interpretations often surfaced, reflecting the shifting dynamics of power. Conflicts could arise when rival factions sought to interpret sacred laws for their gain. The Pontifex Maximus navigated these challenges with a mix of diplomacy and authority, ensuring that the sanctity of the office remained intact. The intricate balance maintained by this figure exemplified the complexities of governance in a society where law and faith intertwined. Such negotiations shaped not only the religious landscape, but also the very framework of Roman identity itself. The Pontifex Maximus served as a critical intermediary in interfaith relations, wielding significant influence over the diverse religious practices within Rome. This role transcended mere ritualistic duties, extending into the realm of diplomacy and societal cohesion. It became essential for maintaining harmony among the various cults and traditions that populated the empire. The high priest's authority enabled the establishment of official dialogues with foreign religions, often resulting in the incorporation of new deities and rites into Roman worship. Such inclusivity fostered a sense of unity, allowing citizens to find common ground amidst their differing beliefs. The Pontifex Maximus would oversee the integration of these practices, ensuring that they aligned with the overarching principles of Roman law and tradition. This careful balancing act required not only religious acumen but also an understanding of political dynamics. Conflicts arising from competing faiths could threaten public order, prompting the high priest to mediate disputes with tact and benevolence. Legal precedents established under the guidance of the Pontifex Maximus often created frameworks for coexistence, allowing multiple faiths to flourish under Roman rule. The recognition of various gods and rituals reaffirmed the empire's commitment to pluralism. This careful orchestration of religious life reinforced the stability of Roman society, shaping an enduring legacy of tolerance and adaptability. The expansion of Roman territories significantly influenced the responsibilities and authority of the Pontifex Maximus. With each conquest, the incorporation of new cultures and religious practices necessitated a more inclusive approach to governance. This role evolved from a primarily local religious leader to a figure of immense political significance on a broader scale. It required the Pontifex Maximus to navigate the complexities of diverse belief systems while maintaining the cohesion of the Roman state. The integration of various deities and rituals into Roman worship became essential for unifying the multi-ethnic populace. The Pontifex Maximus presided over the establishment of new temples and the adaptation of existing ceremonies to accommodate local traditions. This adaptability served to promote loyalty among newly subjugated peoples, as their spiritual customs found a place within the larger framework of Roman religious life. This period also saw an increased intersection between religious and political authority. The Pontifex Maximus wielded considerable influence over legislation, as laws often reflected the moral and ethical standards derived from religious doctrine. As the empire expanded, the need for a central figure to mediate the relationship between divine will and human law became ever more pronounced. Such dynamics often placed the Pontifex Maximus at the nexus of religious authority and cultural integration. This role extended beyond mere priesthood. It encompassed the delicate task of harmonizing diverse religious practices within the vast expanse of the Roman Empire. Facing the challenge of syncretism, it became essential to navigate the complexities of integrating various deities, rituals, and beliefs while maintaining the integrity of traditional Roman values. The presence of foreign gods and cults posed a significant dilemma. This figure was charged with ensuring that new beliefs did not undermine the established order, often performing rituals to appease both traditionalists and innovators alike. Each decision carried weight, influencing public sentiment and the spiritual fabric of society. The Pontifex Maximus also presided over the interpretation of sacred texts and the validation of new religious expressions. The merging of different practices required a nuanced understanding of theology, ensuring that the essence of Roman piety remained intact. Tensions could arise, particularly with the introduction of Eastern philosophies and cults, which often clashed with established norms. In this environment, the role demanded not only spiritual leadership, but also political acumen. The ability to adapt without alienating the populace became a defining characteristic of effective governance, weaving together disparate threads into a cohesive religious framework. Through these efforts, the Pontifex Maximus maintained stability amidst the ever-evolving landscape of faith. Of our succinct, historical texts reveal the multifaceted role of the Pontifex Maximus within the complexities of Roman sacred law. This figure served not solely as a religious leader, but also as a crucial political actor, intertwining the spiritual with the civic. In ancient literature, references document the authority vested in this office, highlighting its significance in maintaining societal order. Writings from historians such as Livy and Tacitus illustrate the responsibilities of the Pontifex Maximus, including overseeing rituals and ensuring compliance with religious protocols. These accounts emphasize the pivotal role this figure played in upholding the sanctity of Rome's traditions and the law. The intricate relationship between the Pontifex Maximus and the Roman Senate is often detailed, showcasing how religious decisions informed political dynamics. Literary sources also capture the public perception of this office. Poets and playwrights often depicted the Pontifex Maximus as a guardian of moral standards, reflecting the expectations of the populace. The intersections of mythology and historical narrative further underscore the symbolic weight carried by this title, shaping collective identity. The enduring legacy of the Pontifex Maximus is examined through various lenses, revealing the complexities of authority and governance within the Roman Empire. Each text contributes a layer to understanding the profound impact of this office on ancient society, offering insights into the cultural fabric of the time. Modern interpretations of sacred law often reflect the enduring influence of the Pontifex Maximus. This role, originally rooted in ancient Roman religion, carries connotations that extend beyond historical confines. It embodies a complex intersection of governance, spirituality, and societal norms. Scholars analyze how the decisions made by the Pontifex impacted legislative authority, setting precedents that resonate in contemporary legal frameworks. This figure's authority over religious rights and public morality shaped collective beliefs, creating a ripple effect that persists through centuries. Legal scholars examine these intersections, recognizing that the principles established in ancient Rome inform current discussions surrounding the separation of church and state. The moral underpinnings laid by the Pontifex Maximus continue to resonate, influencing ethical considerations in modern jurisprudence. In various cultures, the echoes of this position manifest through differing interpretations of sacred law, The nuances of these interpretations reveal how ancient precedents are adapted to meet the exigencies of modern society, allowing for a dialogue between historical texts and current legal practices. The legacy of the Pontifex Maximus personifies a transitional figure, bridging the sacred and the secular. Engaging with this legacy provides a deeper understanding of the evolving nature of law and morality, illustrating how ancient institutions inform contemporary realities. This legacy continues to influence contemporary religious thought, particularly in the interplay between governance and spirituality. The role of the Pontifex Maximus, originally a religious leader, has morphed into a complex symbol of authority within various faiths. It serves as a reminder of the intertwining of divine directives and secular laws, prompting discussions on ethical governance in modern societies. Certain religious leaders draw upon the historical significance of this title, invoking its weight to reinforce their own authority and moral standing. They emphasize the responsibility that comes with leadership, echoing the ancient expectations of wise and just decision-making. This connection fosters a dialogue about accountability and the ethical implications of leadership within religious structures. The influence of this title manifests in the formulation of moral frameworks that guide followers. The inherent tensions between tradition and contemporary dilemmas often reflect the challenges faced by leaders today. These discussions extend beyond the sacred, permeating political thought and civil discourse, where the moral compass is often derived from historical precedents set forth by ancient figures. Contemporary analyses reveal the ongoing relevance of the Pontifex Maximus in shaping not only religious doctrine, but also societal norms, urging a consistent evaluation of the moral foundations upon which communities stand. The enduring legacy resonates through time, echoing the complexities of faith and governance. The role of the Pontifex Maximus embodies the intricate interplay between power and morality within Roman society. Positioned at the intersection of religious authority and political influence, it served as a critical mechanism for maintaining societal order. This figure wielded the power to shape legal interpretations and dictate the moral compass of the populace. With the weight of sacred law resting upon their shoulders, the Pontifex Maximus was tasked with preserving the rituals that bound the community together. Through the lens of history, it becomes evident that this authority was not merely a ceremonial position. Decisions made by the Pontifex Maximus had profound implications for both state and religion. The moral judgments pronounced in sacred contexts influenced laws that governed everyday life. These rulings established norms and boundaries, creating a framework for acceptable behavior. In times of crisis, this position became increasingly significant, offering a sense of stability amidst chaos. The reverence surrounding the Pontifex Maximus also extended to its symbolic role within the broader Roman pantheon, representing the divine connection to governance. It reinforced the belief that the state and its laws were inherently sacred. In this manner, the office transcended individual authority, embodying a lasting commitment to both spiritual and civic duties. The examination of this duality reveals the intricate relationship between belief systems and governance in ancient Rome. The Pontifex Maximus served as a bridge between the divine and the mundane, establishing a framework that would influence modern legal systems. This role encompassed spiritual authority, with its implications echoing through the ages, shaping the foundations of law and civic duty. The rituals and decrees originating from this position provided a model of governance that intertwined religious principles with civic responsibility, a concept that remains relevant today. Modern legal systems often reflect the necessity of a moral compass within governance, a notion rooted in the practices of ancient Rome. The principles of justice, derived from the sacred obligations of the Pontifex Maximus, are observable in contemporary legal codes. This connection indicates a continuity of thought regarding the governance of society, where laws are not merely regulatory but also ethical in nature. The concept of a moral authority overseeing the laws of the land can be traced back to the reverence afforded to religious leaders in Rome. This influence persists in various forms, with legal systems often invoking higher ideals of justice and fairness. Echoing the ancient precedents, the intersection of religion and law serves as a reminder of the foundational beliefs that inform societal structures, influencing how communities establish norms and adjudicate disputes. It highlights the ongoing dialogue between ancient practices and modern legal thought, emphasizing the enduring legacy of the Pontifex Maximus. Symbols of authority permeate Roman sacred law, reflecting the profound weight of judgment embodied by the Pontifex Maximus. This figure, as the highest priest, wielded immense influence over both spiritual and civic matters. The responsibilities extended beyond mere rituals. They encompassed the interpretation of divine will and the maintenance of societal order. Sacred law, intricately linked to the fabric of Roman identity, demanded adherence and respect, fostering a sense of communal stability. In various ceremonies, the Pontifex Maximus often invoked the presence of deities, reinforcing the notion that legal decisions were not merely administrative but divinely sanctioned. This connection rendered the act of judgment sacred, intertwining the fates of individuals with the will of the gods. The rituals performed served as mediating acts, designed to seek favor and guidance from higher powers, thus legitimizing legal processes. The weight of judgment in this context transcended human authority, as ancient Romans believed their laws were reflections of cosmic order. This perception imparted a gravity to legal decisions, which resonated across generations. As societal complexities evolved, the Pontifex Maximus remained a vital figure, navigating the intersection of the divine and the temporal. This role emphasized the necessity of maintaining moral coherence within the structure of Roman law, ensuring that the legacy of sacred judgment continued to shape the moral landscape of society. The enduring influence of the Pontifex Maximus extends far beyond its historical context, permeating various aspects of governance, morality, and law. This position not only served as a bridge between the divine and the civic, but also established a framework for ethical conduct that would resonate throughout history. Its significance can be traced in the evolution of legal principles, where the principles of sacred law informed societal norms and expectations. In contemporary discussions surrounding the intersection of religion and governance, echoes of this ancient office can be observed. The moral imperatives once maintained by the Pontifex Maximus continue to inspire debates on justice, civic responsibility, and the role of religious values in public life. These principles reflect a commitment to a just society, rooted in the belief that moral integrity is essential for communal stability. The rituals and traditions associated with this role have left an indelible mark on various cultural practices, influencing everything from legal proceedings to ceremonial observances. As our societies grapple with ethical dilemmas, The foundational ideas put forth by this ancient institution remain relevant, offering a lens through which to view modern challenges. The legacy of the Pontifex Maximus serves as a reminder of the enduring relationship between law, morality, and society, shaping the frameworks within which communities operate. Several key texts provide valuable insights into the role of the Pontifex Maximus and the intricacies of Roman sacred law. Primary sources, such as the writings of Cicero, offer a glimpse into the functions and responsibilities associated with this title. Cicero's text, De Legibus, presents a discourse on law that underscores the moral obligations inherent in Roman governance. Additionally, the Corpus Juris Civilis serves as an essential compilation of legal principles that stemmed from earlier traditions, including those established by the Pontifex Maximus. This collection embodies the evolution of law in relation to religious authority throughout the Roman Empire. Further exploration can be found in scholarly analyses, such as The Role of Religion in Roman Law by Jonathan the 100th Harris. This work critically examines the interplay between sacred practices and legal frameworks, shedding light on how the Pontifex Maximus influenced societal norms. Lastly, Roman Religion and the Cult of the Emperor by Paul Vane addresses the intersection of politics and religion, providing context for understanding the broader implications of the Pontifex Maximus's authority. Together, these works create a foundation for comprehending the profound impact that religious law exerted on the Roman world, illustrating its legacy that extends into contemporary legal thought.